Hi guys, here from the Parliament of Georgia. The European flag is flying very high. It's time for Georgia to join the European Union. It's absolutely why we have the European Union, exactly for that, to provide a prosperity, stability, security, regulatory and rule of law framework for countries like Georgia. This is our mission. This is the historic mission of the European Union. It's not a union for the French to stay rich or to project power on whole of Europe and to somehow miss the grandeur of the MP. No, it's for exactly Central Southeastern European and also for the Southern Caucasus, because this in Georgia is more European than the French, by the way. They were a Christian country before the French, and so let's not forget that one. So it's also part of the Roman Empire, same as the French, and so it's very much Europe here. Mr. Macron, let Georgia in the European Union. It's not your task to destroy Europe, to block it, to sell countries out to Russia. It's not your task. This country, where in the north there is the Russian juggernaut, the dangerous, aggressive war criminal Putin attacking our friends and fellow Europeans in Ukraine, and have already attacked here in Georgia, and the people here need the security of the European Union, and by the way of NATO. And we shall not build EU against NATO, but we are the twin sisters of the Western world, of freedom, of prosperity, of the rule of law, of human rights, of democracy. And these are all, I think, French values as well. So how come you block this beautiful country, Mr. Macron? It's utterly wrong. Say yes to Georgia in the European Union, and that's the right way to do it. I call for France to support Georgia and stop your resistance against a Georgian EU membership, because all other Europeans say yes to Georgia. It's again only the French who serve the Serbian and Russian interests, it seems to me, and that's very regrettable, and that's, I think, must be exposed as the utterly wrong policy which has led to this terrible war, because it was Macron saying no to Ukraine towards Putin in his face in February, giving him the green light for intervention and war and this brutal aggression. And that's the story. And he knew that they will use violence, because they did in Syria, Libya and in Georgia and in Ukraine since 2014 already. So that was a complete mistake. And Mr. Macron, it's not you to say no to the rest of Europe, and then the German and Austrian taxpayers have to pay the costs of terrible wars because of your failed policy. That is utterly wrong, and I call the Americans to help us against the French and their failed policy in Eastern Europe. It's an utter disgrace what the French are doing, and they are leading to war by war with their failed rejectionist, xenophobia, protectionist policy, and basically, yes, it's a pro-Russian policy of the French, and that's an utter disgrace. Mr. Macron, change, say yes to Georgia, and allow this beautiful country to be part of the European Union and not of some newly invented kind of extra parking place. Yeah? It's time for Georgia in the European Union. Thanks a lot. More to come from Pax Europiana here from Tbilisi.